And a new analysis by Harvard economist Jason Furman has delivered a striking picture of how the world's major economies have fared in the years since COVID-19. And India stands out dramatically. Using inflation-adjusted GDP data from 2019 to the third quarter of 2025, the study shows India not only recovering from the pandemic shock, but pulling decisively ahead of global peers, including the United States, China, and the Eurozone, as well as Russia. Now, let's bring up the chart now. The comparative chart tracks each economy's real GDP relative to its pre-pandemic trend. The results are stark. While most countries continue to operate below where they would have been without COVID-19, India has broken past its earlier trajectory and continues to accelerate. According to the Harvard analysis, India began its turnaround from a steep contraction in 2020, regained its pre-COVID trend line by 2022, and maintained consistent upward momentum through 2024. By mid-2025, India is shown rising roughly 5% above its earlier trend. Now, that's a distinction no other major economy matches. The study attributes India's sustained outperformance to structural strengths rather than temporary post-pandemic rebounds. India's expansion of digital infrastructure, investment-friendly reforms, and relatively stable macroeconomics have created an environment where domestic consumption and private investment can keep driving growth. The contrast with other economies is notable, especially after 2020, when the focus was on public health. China continues to feel the effects of prolonged COVID restrictions and property sector stress. The Eurozone, which saw a deepest contraction during the pandemic, remains well below its peers. Russia's output stays depressed under the weight of conflict-related disruption. Even the United States has not regained its earlier pace. Now, Furman's findings align with the assessments of multiple global rating agencies. The World Bank and the IMF expect India's strong growth to continue into 2026. And together, these indicators underscore a clear message. In a world which is still grappling with after effects of the pandemic, India has emerged as the most resilient major economy.